Comey lied. FBI just leaked James Comey's dirty laundry, and it's sick. James Comey lied to the American people while under oath, and now Barack Obama's spying and unmasking scheme is center stage again. Today, a declassified FBI document was handed over to Circa that proves FBI agents have not been following the laws put in place to protect American privacy. Not only have they been spying on Americans illegally, but they were not even training the agents in the laws and practices to handle data. This proves that James Comey lied under oath to Congress. The memo contradicts James Comey told a congressional hearing on May 3, 2017, that unmasking and data collection by the FBI were lawfully collected, carefully overseen, and checked. Not only that, but the new memo also revealed that the FBI is just now training people to use the FISA court and setting up oversight for it. The memo again contradicts another James Comey claim about Obama's unmasking. Nobody gets to see FISA information of any kind unless they've had the appropriate training and have the appropriate oversight. This means that the issue of Obama illegally unmasking Americans is very alive and well again. Clearly, this does prove that something did happen. Now, the two questions are, who are they unmasking? To what extent were they spying on Americans? The media is going to skim this and throw it out when they see it hurts their baby boy, Barack. Help fight back by getting this out to everyone, everywhere. Let's take a quick listen.
Are part of the unmasking process? How many people within the FBI are part of the unmasking process?
I don't know for sure. As I sit here, surely more. Given the nature of the FBI's work, we come into contact with U.S. persons a whole lot more than the NSA does, because we may be conducting, we only conduct our operations in the United States to collect electronic surveillance, to conduct electronic surveillance. So I can find out the exact number. I don't know it as I sit here.
Well, I think, Director Comey, given the fact that you and I agree this is critical, vital, indispensable, a similar program is coming up for reauthorization this fall with a pretty strong headwind right now, it would be nice to know the universe of people who have the power to unmask a U.S. citizen's name, because that might provide something of a roadmap to investigate who might have actually disseminated a masked U.S. citizen's name.
Sure, the number is relevant, but what I hope the American people will realize is the number is important, but the culture behind it is, in fact, more important. The training, the rigor, the discipline. We are obsessive about FISA and the FBI for reasons I hope make sense to this committee, but we are, everything that's FISA has to be labeled in such a way to warn people, this is FISA, we treat this in a special way. So we can get you the number, but I want to assure you the culture of the FBI and the NSA around how we treat U.S. person information is obsessive, and I mean that in a good way.
Director Comey, I am not arguing with you, and I do agree the culture is important, but if there are 100 people who have the ability to unmask and the knowledge of a previously masked name, then that's 100 different potential sources of investigation. And the smaller the number is, the easier your investigation is. So the number is relevant. I concede the culture is relevant. NSA, FBI, what other U.S. government agencies have the authority to unmask a U.S. citizen's name?
Well, I think all agencies that collect information pursuant to FISA have what are called standard minimization procedures, which are approved by the FISA court that govern how they will treat U.S. person information. So I know the NSA does, I know the CIA does, obviously the FBI does. I don't know for sure beyond that.
How about the Department of how about Maine Justice?
I mean, Maine Justice, I think, does have standard minimization procedures.
All right, so that's 4. The NSA, FBI, CIA, Maine Justice. Does the White House have the authority to unmask a U.S. citizen's name?
I think other elements of the government that are consumers of our products can ask the collectors to unmask. The unmasking resides with those who collected the information. And so if Mike Rogers' folks collected something and they send it to me in a report and it says U.S. person number 1, and it's important for the FBI to know who that is, our request will go back to them. The White House can make similar requests of the FBI or of NSA, but they don't on their own collect, so they can't on their own unmask. So I got that about right? Yeah.
I guess what I'm getting at, Director Comey, is you say it's vital, you say it's critical, you say it's indispensable. We both know it's a threat to the reauthorization of 702 later on this fall. And oh, by the way, it's also a felony punishable by up to 10 years. So how would you begin your investigation, assuming for the sake of argument that a U.S. citizen's name appeared in the Washington Post and the New York Times unlawfully? Where would you begin that investigation?
Well, I'm not going to talk about any particular investigation.
That's why I said in theory.
You would start by figuring out, so who are the suspects? Who touched the information that you've concluded ended up unlawfully in the newspaper, and start with that universe, and then use investigative tools and techniques to see if you can eliminate people or include people as more serious suspects.
Do you know whether Director Clapper knew the name of the U.S. citizen that appeared in the New York Times and Washington Post?
I can't say in this forum because, again, I don't want to confirm that there was classified information in the newspaper.
Would he have access to an unmasked name?
In some circumstances, sure. He's the Director of National Intelligence, but I'm not talking about the particular.
Would Director Brennan have access to an unmasked U.S. citizen's name?
In some circumstances, yes.
Would National Security Advisor Susan Rice have access to an unmasked U.S. citizen's name?
I think yes, in general, and any other National Security Advisor would, I think, as a matter of their ordinary course of their business.
Would former White House Advisor Ben Rhodes have access to an unmasked U.S. citizen's name?
I don't know the answer to that.
Would former Attorney General Loretta Lynch have access to an unmasked U.S. citizen's name?
In general, yes, as would any Attorney General.
So that would also include Acting AG Sally Yates?
Same answer.
Did you?
There you have it. There you have it. Let us know what you think in the comments below. He's compromised. He has no choice. They're threatening him. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.